Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. 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 Show, 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 show. I'm trying something, y'all. Work with me, bear with me, bear with me, baby, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, baby, bear with me, bear with me, baby. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, baby. Steve Copeland for the manage your channels directly from your phone. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. Steve Copeland from the couch conversation. I'm trying to see if I can hear myself on my I had to grab my other phone because I start live streaming and sometimes my voice be skipping. So I'm gonna have to learn how to adjust the quality on certain things. But look, I just came on for a little bit and I just want to share this. I'm really trying to stay in this little peace be still state. Um I don't want to have to come back on my lives and put people on blast for some of the crazy stuff that I might be experiencing dealing with people. You know what I mean? I'm not out to hurt nobody. I'm not out to hurt nobody. And I feel like this, if you feel like I'm not doing what you feel like I'm supposed to do, keep your distance from me. Do not come in my life trying to dictate my life to the according to the way you think I should be. Please don't do that. I'm 59 years old. Um, when I go out and I try to help other people, when it comes to living life on life terms, if you the type of person that don't want to help, I'm not going to force help on you. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not for it, right? But anyway, um, I got a phone call today, and it was about somebody that I was introduced to. And I was told to call the person that introduced me to this person. Actually, they came to an event that we had. And I don't know if this person felt like, her and I had this connection, this love hate type of relationship, right? No. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But this person is like bad mouthing me, and this person is threatening to send their sons at me. I'm not no joke. I thank God that He delivered me from a lot, you know, um, from the way I used to be. Uh, I'm not concerned whether somebody coming for me or not. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That ain't my problem, right? But they was concerned about me and worried about some of the stuff that the person said. I want their body and all this type of stuff. I'm mad because they won't talk to me and all this type of stuff. Uh, and I tried to be real nice because number one, I do not deal with women my age. And most of y'all that knows me know I don't deal with women my age. Most of y'all that knows me know I don't deal with. Don't take it offensive if you do. That's fine. I don't deal with big women. I don't. I basically know what I like and what I want out of life, and I know how to go for it. And that's not to put nobody down. That's not to hurt nobody's feelings. I just know what I like, and I know what I want out of life. And if I decide to ever get married again, something somewhere along that line, I probably would definitely try to mess with somebody more closer near my age, because we both are up there, stuff like that. But y'all get offended when another person talk about where they at and their true nature, and y'all will get offended. I don't know why you don't like big women. I don't care for big women. I'm a big dude. I'm very picky. And I know, I was getting ready to say love is blind. I was getting ready to say all that too, right? But I can't say that because then I'd be lying because I'm picky. But anyway, let me try to think of something else to say, right? Because I had to make some phone calls and tell them to tell this person, back the freak up. And I tried to explain to them, I said, we don't travel the same circle. So I don't care about you talking about me to your friends. I don't care. Because if that's what you need to do to impress them, that's fine. I'm just telling you about me. So I had to make some phone calls to tell them that, I love them as a friend, as a human being, but tell them I said back the freak up. Back up. Last night, I was told to be yourself, Steve. Don't change for nobody else. So a lot of y'all know because I have this real aggressive and truthful approach towards things that I found out y'all hate that because you don't have the balls to speak up like I do. So a lot of y'all hate that, and a lot of y'all start hating me because I don't have no problem on speaking on stuff that I really don't like. And because y'all are afraid to step up to the plate, a lot of y'all get mad at me because I share basically the truth. So I don't care to come on my lives like I used to. I do want to start doing like a podcast, with my live with the couch conversation. I do want to start doing that. Once a week, you know, doing the couch conversation, talking about life on life terms, being honest with self, stuff like that. I'm not trying to be other people. I understand that everybody is not going to like me. Everybody is not going to believe in whatever I say out my mouth. I understand a lot of that. And you don't have to. I was told to get with like-minded people. Keep your circle short, stuff like that. I was told all that. So now I'm starting to take heed. Keep your circle small, Steve. Get with like-minded people, Steve. But why do we have so much hatred and bitterness for each other? And I ain't trying to figure that out no more. I'm not, because it is what it is, what it is. A lot of us hate to see each other, do a little bit better than the other. I ain't for all that. Like I was telling Christina Flowers, I'm not trying to be smart, but I'm not trying to get into your chaos and your confusion. Let me create my own. I ain't trying to be a part of other people's stuff. The he said, the she said, and all that type of stuff. So my thing with that is, let me create my own chaos and confusion. Don't bring your stuff to me. Y'all know where my heart is at when it comes to fighting for our city. It's about our homeless or poor, underprivileged people. So I'm talking to a friend of mine earlier, right? Now, I don't know. Maybe this is some voodoo stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But me and her talking. Hey, Will, me and her talking, right? And she telling me how I guess they do stuff and reaching out to the community behind the scene. But my thing is, if you don't understand where the people is at, how you understand where they're moving from? So anyway, this was our conversation. You know, I don't get out, I don't do protesters, I don't do this, I don't do that. Now I understand a lot of that too. But the conversation was, I don't have to be out there to really help people that's in these struggling positions to understand where they're coming from. And that kind of blew my mind. I'm like, how can, if you never experienced or you're not in it to see where people coming from, what do you do to help change it? How can you help change it? So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this person, and I got lost as hell. I got really lost. Cause I'm listening to this person talking about oh, I hear it now, and I just wanted to make sure I hear myself. And then this person is supposed to have a whole team of people that's working around them. And my thing is, you called me, you asked me about a person that verifies, what is that called, certify your paperwork, right? And I'm like, everything you calling me and asking me, this is what y'all supposed to be fighting for. So where's your group at of fighters that you want to make me believe that y'all had, that you had? But now you calling me and you asking me for information on a notary public, a notary, and then you want to know who's working with like the unemployment stuff, so you can get the necessary help for your unemployment to receive your money. But then it's like your group is a private group and y'all do all these great things together, but you don't have nobody in your group to point you in the right direction that you need to go. So do you really have a group of people that's trying to help put stuff together? So whatever I say out my mouth and I try to point you in the direction, that's not really where you want to go. But then you want to call me and ask me, do I know anybody that notarized paper? Do I know anybody who works with the Board of Labor? And I'm like, if you have your own team, shouldn't you know all of that? I know y'all probably like, what the heck is he talking about? Nothing really, just talking. Just talking. Because I wanted to text some people, right? I wanted to send something to social media. And I'm just thinking about the conversations from this morning, right? That kind of tripped me out. Number one, I am who I am. And at 59 years old, if I haven't changed by now, I'm not going to change at all. If it's anything, it's to try to get more wiser with the way of dealing with life and all that type of stuff. But at 59, if I haven't learned how to live a productive way of life, I'm just not going to learn. I'm not going to learn. I was telling my friend earlier, right? Because she's real analytical. Analytical. So I was just telling her, for me, right, because it's a lot of very intelligent, smart people out there. And I'm not a very intelligent, smart person, so I'm not even gonna try to be on your daggone level. If you gonna talk to me, you better bring it down. You better bring it down. Keep it simple. But I notice a lot of people that's very educated and intellectual, they don't know how to humble themselves because it's always trying to figure out every word you say out your mouth. And I'm like, why don't you just relax? Well, see, it's not really what you're saying. I'm like, what? It is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know nothing about life. But anyway, and I was trying to get this person to understand basically everything you do is built on intellect. She was talking about facts, right? She was talking about history, history. And it's facts of somebody else's history. How can y'all do that? If it's not something that you have experienced for your own self, and I understand we do research and we understand the history, we understand the language, but we do research. Look at the word research. So you going off of somebody else's information to gain information for yourself. Did I stumble? You're going off of somebody's information to gain information to share for yourself. So you basically sharing his story, her story, that story, but not your story. You have a story too. So I'm picking with my friend, right? And I'm like, see, a lot of this stuff I never paid attention to, but when you reading something about the past and it's not something that you personally experience yourself, you going off of somebody else's information. You too smart, you didn't realize that? If it's not your fact, if it's not your fact of the truth, then how would you know if it's really their fact? Now, mind you, I'm over here arguing with a very intelligent person, want to dissect everything I say. I said, you shouldn't do that. Because one thing I don't do, and it's not that I'm trying to be smart, um, I came out of school in the 10th grade. So, the last grade I completed was the ninth. And what I started understanding that my not language, not my vocabulary too is limited. Even though it's been added stuff throughout the years to better help you understand different things about life. But I don't sit up here and try to pronounce because I will jack it up. Words that's way beyond my vocabulary just to express a certain sentence or something or just a feeling or something, right? So I have to keep it real for me. I have to keep it real. And understand what I'm saying is because most of the time, if not all the time, whenever I come, I have to come with a solution from a working experience for myself. So if you sit up there and tell me stuff like, well, this don't work, that don't work, but I'm telling you what worked for me. It might not work for you, but I'm telling you what worked for me. How I was able to get to the other side of a situation or a solution, I mean a problem or what along that line, right? If I had worked through that, my best truth is my experience. And it might not be your experience. So basically when I'm playing with I'm starting to play with my friend now because she is awesome. And I wanted to make it clear when we started talking. I understand you're very analytical. I understand you're very intelligent. I understand you deal with facts. I understand you deal with logics or guide me to where you got that from. And I'm like, that's too much goddamn gonna work. That's too much goddamn gonna work. You know, now some people like that. They just, you gotta show them stuff in black and white. And I was picking with her on certain little things we talked about. I said, what did I tell you? I said, that's my experience. It doesn't have to be written down. It don't have to be like in a research. I'm telling you from a personal level of experience. And she lost us all outdoors. Because everything she talks about, basically, she either studied or read or did a research on. And that's nothing wrong with that. So I'm like, when I come into certain situations, I come in with a personal level of experience on what we can do. Because if it worked for me, I feel like it'll work for you too. Mainly if I know you share some of the same symptoms that I shared, like drugs, alcohol, and poverty, stuff like that. Because I was able to work and be responsible and productive to live a better life the way I live now, I can walk you through the process. I don't have to tell you what Einstein said in verses 4 and 5, because I'm going here. I'm just using it as an example, right? So once again, like I said, I'm messing with my friend because she's really, really bright. So my thing is, when you're dealing in facts, right? If it's not my personal experience, how do I actually know if it's truly fact or if it's false? If it's something that I have not engaged or experienced or seen for myself. So if I'm going off of other people's stuff, right? Information that I've learned and read about and all that stuff, that's research. You done the work to gain the knowledge that you have. So basically you going off of other people's information because it's not based on your own personal experience. And some of y'all are all right with that. Some of y'all are okay with that because when y'all did the research, right? Read the articles and the books and stuff that somebody else wrote. It wasn't gained from your personal. Now, a lot of times when you reading somebody else's book or experience somewhere, right? You like I said, you're going off of their information. Even if you search way beyond that, you going off of other people's information. Anything beyond 59 years, it's not my experience. I'm 59 years old. So anything I read and study past that, that's either information that I read from somebody else's information or article that they put out. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not my personal experience. I'm going off of other people's stuff. But I'm going to tell you that's the truth. I'm going to tell you that's the truth because Anita Baker said that. Remember, Anita Baker said back in 1939 or something like that, that this is the way. I'm going off of your information. So how do I know if your information is really correct? So I hope I'm not losing nobody. But to be honest, I'm sharing about two different people now. I'm gonna just make that clear. Uh, so I had to humble myself in all of that. Because when people think they so bright and they so intelligent, that's where they go at. And they stay there. So it's like they don't look on the outside of stuff. Or whatever you say or whatever you experience, they don't respect the fact that you lived through that process, that you're able to feed back to the people. I can't go wrong as long as I'm talking about Steve Copeland. Because I can only share with y'all from my level of what I experienced throughout life. Or, my ups and my downs and my trials and my tribulations and how I walk through certain things. I've been hearing this a lot about feelings and emotions, and I'm just talking, y'all. Just bear with me. I'm talking. It's no article, it's none of that. I'm just talking, right? Um, Anything that I give you that's not based on my personal experience can be false, can be a lie. So if I share my personal experience with you, I'm sharing with you how I might have been in a certain crisis or a certain situation, but I learned to work up out of it, and not just learn to come up out of it. I have learned to stay out of it a day at a time, and gain some substantial amount of clean time. And I don't mean with the alcohol and the drugs, but whatever that struggle might have been. Now I live a peaceful way of life. So I don't want to mention nobody's names, so that's why I say kind of catch certain things I say, but I'm just talking in case you might feel lost about whatever I'm trying to say. I just don't want to point people names out because y'all know me. If I actually tell y'all who I'm talking about, then you'll get mad because I mention their names. So I'm trying to do better with that, not mentioning, certain things or people names. Um I was sharing a little bit with some people last night, right? I met some great people, or I was introduced to some great people. Some people that's serious about trying to do some stuff, you know. And I know y'all heard me share this so many times. Um, I was telling Christina just about everybody that was sitting in that room with us last night. I had a bad personal experience with, stabbing me in my back and stuff like that. But I'm listening to how people blowing themselves up, making them seem like they was the best thing that ever happened towards Baltimore City. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to y'all, and it's like all this stuff we argued and fussed about, and it's like you talking totally against all of this stuff that we used to argue about. Get down, Tammy. So I'm tripping. So I was telling Christina, and I was telling my friend, because a lot of times when we out and we're amongst a group of people, it's like the crutball stuff we done. We try to act like we just better than. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, we stepped outside and I'm looking at a lot of stuff that was said and what's going on. And I'm like, these are some phony, fake, to keep my distance to people. And then y'all wonder why we can't get nowhere. And me and Christina talking, and she like, it's just the same things. It's just the same cycle. The same cycle, same people haven't made it nowhere too far. So now I'm gonna get ready to get off, but I just wanna just say this again, right? I had hooked up with somebody, and it was supposed to have been us really working together with housing people and doing, what I always talk about doing, like the rehab and the revitalizing and doing all this stuff, right? So now, mind you, this person start telling me stuff like, oh, we don't need this person, we don't need that person, we don't need this person. So right now, what they doing, they trying to draw me all to them, trying to shut me out of the people that I'm so used to working with and doing stuff with. And then they like, you don't need this, you don't need that. That's all you gotta do is believe in me. That's all you gotta do is trust in me. I got this, I got that. We gonna do this, we gonna do that. So I'm hearing it, right? I'm hearing it, right? And mind you, I'm not backing down from nothing God laid on my heart or in my spirit. Nothing, nothing, right? So I'm listening to this person, And it's like, I got your back. I'm gonna make sure this run right. I'm gonna make sure that one right. I'm coming into all this money, so we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And somebody said, well, they've been sharing the same stuff with you that they've been sharing with us for the past 4 or 5 years. So, after a while, when you don't start producing, what you do, you start backing up. So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this. You ain't got to worry about this. I got you. We're going to do this. But I started realizing that person was trying to fix it where I got away from a lot of what I want to do and the people that I deal with. Move. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And now I'm going around telling people that I'm mad